I'm going to talk a little bit, very briefly, about some training and development opportunities. Hopefully, those of you who've been here for a while have absorbed a lot of this stuff and pick up a few things, and are looking forward to maybe some personal training or development. Those of you who are brand new probably have your hands full and are still trying to get your orientation here on campus, because things are a bit complicated, which is why we're doing this. Backing up a second here. Mike already touched on some of the things, as did Jackie, but using the knowledge base for what it's really good for, I added an entry here just this morning that covers the brief sort of high-level overview of some of the things I wanted to go over, and then you can use this resource and click through to all the links that are there to get into the details that I'm not going to bother to get into here today, both because you probably don't need it all, and because I don't know it all. I'm not a training or development person here on campus, but having been here for 10 years doing IT for the law school, I have some familiarity, as do a lot of the presenters here today. So real quick, just kind of knocking down some of these things. There's some good online training opportunities for yourself, and if you're a manager, for your staff. Jackie just shared with me that the lynda.com contract, which is detailed in another knowledge-based article here, but the lynda.com training resources that include all of the software training, mostly for end users, but also for IT people, was just extended for 14 more months for free for all of campus. Unlimited number of connections.
Many people came together to make that happen, but it will not end April 2011, and it just goes campus-wide.
Awesome. We came close to losing that because they wanted to really ratchet up the price. That's incredible. So that, and without going to the website, has a lot of good material, so please share that with your end users as well as with all of your IT staff.
If I can just jump in there,
yeah.
The more it gets used, the more likely we'll be able to get a 5-year contract after this year. So please, everyone who's done it loves it. Push it. Use it yourself and push it to your coworkers. Okay.
Lots of good little modules on how to do things in Word or Excel or even, Photoshop. So people have questions, they call the help desk, they don't know how to do something. Don't you try to train them, because you may not know anyway. Send them to Lynda.
Yes.
That way it saves you, encourages the use of the tool, and then we get to keep it. So lynda.com for the next 14 months, really make sure.
And remember, for us it's learnit.ucla.edu.
Right, I clicked through very quickly, but here the link is actually drags you through a login that then allows you to get right in, and so you can do this from home, anywhere, because you're authenticating at this stage before you bounce over to the actual lynda.com website.
Faculty, staff, students, emeriti, retirees.
Yeah, if you were to go straight to lynda.com, it wouldn't work, because then you're coming into their public site. You need to come through that link. So maybe bookmark that. The SkillSets on IT online is a subset of the SkillSets online for specific IT classes, something that Jackie has been kind enough to pre-purchase a few scholarships for people who are trying to get retrained or are trying to do something for their department that their department doesn't have any training funds to do. So these are very detailed, week-long, like 40-hour training classes that you need to spend 40 hours on the computer. So you can't be at work and kind of one monitor doing one thing and one doing another and try to do two things at once. You really need to sit down and spend the time. But those are available for people who are really looking to enhance their training. But those are much more detailed than lynda.com, which is more modular. And as Mike mentioned earlier, we have something brand new, the IT Academy from Microsoft. We were hoping to get through to them before today, but our teleconference is tomorrow this week, the local training rep. So we're trying to figure out between the two of us how to actually get that implemented. It's not as clear and simplistic as we'd hoped, but hopefully by the end of the month we'll have something that we can put out there that people can actually click in and start using. So nothing active yet, but I'll update this link once it's live, and we'll put out a notice to the CSC and the help desk, so make sure you're on notice. For more instructor-led training, and this gets back to primarily Campus Human Resources and UCLA Extension. Campus is very good at encouraging education. That's what we're here to do. So IT education in particular, there's a lot of different workshops, seminars. I think Anderson even has some IT management, high-level management seminars. But even before you get to that point, there's a lot of material, and some of them are individual classes, some are certification series. The more popular ones, Mike mentioned earlier, the one called the Professional Development Program, PDP. Depends on your staff level. There's one called Staff Enrichment Program, which I believe is also a year-long program for people who are looking for that level of development, where you have a mentor and you actually work on projects. But there are individual classes in a variety of levels, including, let's see, which one is it here? Well, if you click through, this takes you to a horrific link, I believe, yeah. Don't try to memorize that. So this is the main campus human resources training site. So a lot of the stuff that I pulled is from here, but I didn't even capture all of it. So definitely click through and check the various materials that are available to you. And again, if you're a manager, to your staff to make sure that they're taking advantage of the various things that are being provided on campus. Extension, I only recently discovered, offers a pretty good discount also to all UCLA staff. So if it's something that you personally are interested in that's not related to something you can get funding through your department, but if it's related to your profession and your current job capacity, you should be able to get some training dollars, and it's very inexpensive. I think some of the classes are like $600. They meet 10 or 12 different weeks, and so I just started a class here. It's a part of the 8-course certificate in information technology management. The class actually meets tonight. This is our second session, but the link here takes you to Extension, in which there's quite a few courses that are IT specific. And I think also on earlier the IT 2020 website that Jackie brought up, some of the resources there, including something she mentioned. The O'Reilly books are a free resource available, and this takes you to another link here in our knowledge base, that allows you to do a search through a lot of these books that you don't have to thumb through to find some material. So definitely take advantage of that if you're trying to do some quick lookup of some material that isn't otherwise available online. That's something available to all people here on campus. And then also, if you're doing additional research, the campus is paid for a Gartner research relationship where you can access all of the Gartner studies and use those if you're looking for some feedback. Maybe you're trying to bolster some proposals to your management and you need to find out what it costs for support per user, or how many help desk people you should have based on the number of users you have. Those kind of Gartner research programs are available through that portal. So quite a few things, and there may be some other things that I neglected, like staff assembly probably should be under development opportunities as well. So this is just a starting point. Please click through and make some suggestions.